Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, KWade. And if you are new here, stop what you're doing and subscribe. Because over here, babe, we are all about growing, healing, flourishing, and glowing. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, you might as well just do yourself a favor and subscribe. Today's video is about rediscovering myself, but it can apply to you. So it's all about rediscovering ourselves. I have notes on my phone, so if you see me looking down for a long time, it's because I'm reading my notes. So the first thing I had to do was learning how to clear out past energies and attachments. So this includes people, places, mindsets, habits, hobbies, belief systems. All of that has to be cleared out in order to create space for the new, creating space for what's in alignment for me. You know, like there's a lot of people, or there were people and like belief systems that I wanted to hold on tight, or like I did cling on really tight because I wanted them to be a part of my journey and still in my story. But some things change. Shit has to happen. Shift happens. And I know now that me holding on to those concepts, those people, the mindsets, those beliefs was only holding me back for what's divinely in store for me. This also referenced back to two videos I had. The one video about releasing attachments, and then my most recent video about how I had to just, take time to myself to really discover what it is that I need and what I want. And rediscovering myself, I realized that some things just caused me to feel anxious. And I wanted to keep that around because that anxious feeling was very familiar. I was familiar with that energy. And so it was kind of baseline. That's what I felt quote unquote safe with. But in reality, that's not what I want. I don't want to cultivate a space filled with anxieties and overthinking and just, being on edge all the time. I want to cultivate a space and energy where I'm at peace, where I'm calm, where I feel safe. So those things, people, places, mindsets that kept me in that anxious energy had to go goodbye. I kind of just touched up on this, but attachments are a sign of scarcity and fear. Releasing attachments opens infinite doors of possibilities. So a lot of the time, our ego wants us to hold on to certain things of the past because it is familiar. And even if what you feel is familiar, that doesn't mean that it's good or beneficial for you. So holding tight to things that no longer serves you is also showing that you are on the frequency of fear and scarcity, because your ego is gripping really tight to this thing because it believes that you are, or you believe that you're not worthy of receiving something greater than what you're holding on to. So you're sending to the universe, they're like, hey, I just don't believe I'm worthy of whatever else that you have abundantly in store for me. So I'm just going to cling on tightly to this one thing that's really not good for me and actually holding me back and blocking my blessings. Clearing out past energies and attachments was the first step of rediscovering who I am. Another thing that I had to do, another thing that I did do in order to rediscover myself, is become friends with the darkness. I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. Ooh. Oh my God. Wow, that's kind of embarrassing. But I became friends with my darkness. Embracing the parts of yourself that are hidden is the key to unlocking your true self. Because if you only focus on the parts that you show the world, and even parts that you're only willing to show yourself, are you really loving yourself wholeheartedly and unconditionally if you are embarrassed or ashamed of the hidden aspects of yourself? So you have to really embody and tap into your shadows. This is where shadow work this is when shadow work plays a role. Now, disclaimer, when it comes to shadow work, it is not demonic. It is not nothing evil. If it's evil, it's because that's your shadow, Bookie. Those are your demons, okay? It's nobody else's demons but yours. Shadow work help you unpack traumas. It help you unpack parts of yourself that were hidden away. Like once you really learn to embrace and honor and honor your darkness, you are able to understand yourself more. You're able to be like, oh, I show up because of X, Y, and Z. This is why I do this. This is why I do that. And that way you can actually shift and change those behaviors, those actions, whatever it may be, in order for you to become the version of yourself that you are seeking. You know what I'm saying? So shadow work is not an evil thing. It's if it's evil, if you feel like it's evil, I'm sorry to break the news to you, darling. It's because you may have some bad, evil energies that you need to unpack and cleanse and get rid of. When it comes to embracing your shadow and becoming friends with your darkness, you may discover parts of yourself that you never knew existed. Sometimes trauma causes us to suppress versions of ourselves or suppress things that we used to love. So like when people start healing, they realize, wow, I forgot I used to like this. I forgot I actually like carry, I don't know, whatever it may be. But you're gonna discover layers of yourself that you kept hidden from the world for whatever reason it may be. Then also when it comes to becoming friends with your darkness, what's in the dark comes to light. Discover what story is being told. So if you have a feeling or a memory or a trigger that keeps popping up, or you keep getting triggered, maybe it's time to analyze that trigger. Take time aside, be like, okay, this keeps triggering me. Why? What is the root of this trigger? Once you find the root of this trigger, then you're able to provide that past version of yourself the tools, the support that you needed during that time, but you didn't receive. You're able to give yourself that in order to heal those wounds, to heal those triggers, and to heal whatever else it needs to be healed. What happens in the dark will come to light. And when it starts coming to the lightness, when it starts coming to the surface, that just means it's time for you to sit down and acknowledge it and really honor it, hold space for it, and release it. And this kind of piggybacks into the next point, and the next point I have is explore. Rediscovering yourself is all about exploring. It's literally a journey. It's like an exploration. You're like Dora the Explorer hoe. You're going on adventures, discovering new things, because on this journey of rediscovering yourself, yes, you are rediscovering your shadows and honoring your shadows, but this is also the perfect time to rediscover your inner child and tap into that childlike energy. I don't know why it seems like as adults that childlike energy has to be suppressed, or you can't be in that energy anymore because you pay bills and you have a job and you have kids, or whatever your circumstances may be. But that childlike energy is literally your core. Your inner child is the core of who you are. You formulate your personality when you're a child. So it's like, why would you suppress and wipe away that childlike energy so you could be a pixie? So you could be a pixie, something bland. Like, no, tap into your inner child, because there's also things that need to be discovered. One, you could discover different traumas that your inner child has went through and has and things that you're still dealing with. That will give you time, like with your shadows, like with your shadow self, it will give you time to, like, go back to that time, to go back to that version of yourself, honor that version of yourself, provide whatever that version of yourself needed, and so you can release it. Your inner child should take up space. Allow your inner child to take up space. It's okay to take up space, because at the end of the day, this is your world and we just living in it. Like, for real, like, this is my world. Y'all just living in it. So why wouldn't I honor the beautiful parts of myself, even if it's deemed childish? Baby, I love painting. I love anime. I love stuffed animals. I love flowers. I love birds. Like, kids, they love the mundane things of life. Like, children are they show unconditional love to the smallest things. Like, a child will see a stick, and that's not no stick hoe. That is a wand. That is their magical wand, and they're casting spells. You know what I mean? Like, kids find joy in everyday things, and they extend gratitude to that everyday and to those everyday things. So I feel like if a lot of us tap more into our childlike energy, a lot of the things that's going on in the world, it wouldn't be as bad, because children operate on love. So if we all operated on love, like, the world would be just such a more beautiful and better place to live in. I see I'm going on a tangent. Grab this phone. Get back on track. But no matter what age you may be, your inner child deserves to take up space. That's why a lot of us feel like we are small and we're scared to be seen. This is something that I am actively working on, is because my inner child felt like it wasn't safe to be seen, or when I was seen, I was minimized. I was minimized, or I was silenced. And so I'm reclaiming the power that my inner child lost. And I love being in a childlike energy. Like, it's beautiful. I'm happy here. I'm happy here. We're healing and we're happy over here, just because I hold space for both my lightness and my darkness. And also, when it comes to exploring, pick up a new hobby, babe. Like, what are you doing? Like, try something new. You want to know the new hobby I'm picking up on is playing the guitar. Why am I learning how to play? Y'all see that guitar in that corner? That pink guitar? I got that when I was a young lad. I went to Las Vegas and I won that guitar as a young lad. And you know what? Recently, I tried to play that guitar. That guitar is ass because it's old. And so, you know what? For my inner child who is a rock star, I might even be a rock star. I ordered a brand new Yamaha, I forgot what model guitar, and I have it now. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. And when it comes to picking up new hobbies, be okay with being a beginner. Babe, we're not all experts. Okay? Even the expert was a beginner. Even the teacher was once a student. So you have to learn. You have to start from somewhere. Perfectionism is the root. Honestly, perfectionism, this concept of perfectionism, that's damn near the root of all evil. That is the root of stealing joy away from people, because we feel like we have to have everything perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, babe. That's why you haven't started that new project. That's why you haven't picked up that new hobby. That's why you won't put yourself out there, because you need things to be perfect. Baby, that's just a form of self-sabotaging. It's okay to be a beginner. We all started from somewhere. Like, I do makeup from time to time. I'm falling. My relationship with makeup is real. Wishy-washy. But when I first started doing my makeup, baby, you think my wings were pointy? No, my wings were gross. But you know what? I never stopped. I didn't give up. I didn't care how people are like, oh, your wings are ugly. Oh, good, you're ugly. Good. I didn't care. I didn't care. I kept practicing. And practice, I don't want to say makes perfect, but practice makes progress. Practice makes progress, because I don't like the term perfect. I don't like the term perfect or perfection. And the final point that I made when it comes to rediscovering yourself is be open to pivot. You're going to have to pivot. When I tell you the universe will throw you a curveball, you may be thinking something is at point A, whole time it's at point D. The universe will throw you a curveball. I'm going to give you a real quick story about the curveball I got thrown. Boom. So I have a password. It's my password with the divine. So this is my password. Boom. This person supposed to be in my life. Have them say this password. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Password was said. Okay, locked in. Whole time, person not meant to be in my life, but that is okay, because we have to pivot. Because when it comes to reading energies, and even when you ask for signs, when you ask for that sign in that moment, in that time, that could be the correct energy. But all parties have free wills, so the energy can change and shift. So that does not mean that when you asked for said sign or you had said dream, that does not mean that it was incorrect. It's just you either quantum leap and you're on this different track and different journey, and it's like, nah, gang, that's not meant for you no more. That was for that version of yourself during that time and place. But the version that you are to now, today, in this present moment, this is not meant for you. There's something more divine for you. So you have to be open for change and pivot, because shift happens. Shift happens out the blue. But in that moment of shift, in that moment of confusion, in that moment of transition, that is when transformation happened. That is the catalyst for transformation. And transformation is not easy. Transformation, healing overall is not easy. It's not lights. It's not rainbows. It's not butterflies. It get really dark. It gets real muggy. Like, you know what I mean? So you have to be open to different pivots. Okay. And just because a redirection does not mean it's a change in the plan. Just because your direction changed does not mean there's a change in a plan. There's just a different route. It's an alternative route to get there. Okay. Just because there's a change in direction does not mean there's a change in plan. It's just a different opportunity waiting for you. There's just a different way to still get to that manifestation, to get to that prayer, to get to whatever it may be. But you just got to take a different route. It's a little detour. It's a detour, but it's a detour for the better, you know? These are a list of things that helped me when it came to rediscovering myself. Hopefully, these are things that you can start applying if you are trying to embark on a transformative journey of just discovering who you are and really stepping into your most authentic power. If you are also on the same journey as me, please comment down below what are some of the things that you have done, different steps you've implemented in this journey of rediscovering yourself. And if you are just now like on this journey and this information was helpful, like let me know that too. I want to cultivate a space where we're all safe to be open and honest and transparent about our journeys, because we are all on different journeys. We are all on different timelines. So my journey does not look like your journey don't look like my journey, and that is perfectly okay because we are all different individuals on our own journey of life. But I want to just have this space where we can come together and feel safe to talk about our journeys and to help each other out and just be safe spaces and just to feel safe. But if this video helped you, if it resonate with you, whatever it may have done for you, if you took something away, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you beautiful people in the next one.